All right. Welcome, guys. I am so excited for today. I have I just love her. She's one of my favorite people. She's beautiful. She's amazing. And I'm so excited that she said yes to sharing her part in adoption. So, this is Mila, and I just absolutely love and adore her. And I'm going to go ahead and let her take some time and share her story. And then, as always, if you guys have any questions, drop them in the comments below, and then I can tag her, and then she can go ahead and answer any questions you guys have for her. But we'll let her get rolling and we'll go forward this. So I will turn the time over to you.
Hi, so my name is Mila, and I was adopted from Nuku'alofa Tonga. My aunt and uncle were actually down in Nuku'alofa Tonga adopting one of my cousins, and I was put up for adoption, so they called my parents, and my parents have been trying to adopt kids for a long time. And so they were like, yes, I want, I don't care if she's purple, blue, pink, like we want her. Because my parents didn't even know what Polynesians were. So they did like all the paperwork, and my parents hired like a nanny to bring me up here to the United States. So, but I had to get all my paperwork before. So it was like a month after I was put up for adoption. I was brought up here to the United States, and I was adopted. I when I was a baby, when I was like a month old. My parents are white Caucasian people, and they were like so happy, like they just were happy that they got me. So, and I also have a brother who's adopted and a sister who's adopted. One was adopted from Texas, and my brother was adopted from California. So, yeah.
Oh, perfect. And so, like with your parents, what made them choose adoption? Do you know what made them choose adoption?
Yeah. So, unfortunately, my it skipped generations for my dad's side. So like my uncle could have kids, my dad couldn't, my aunt could, and then my other uncle couldn't. So half of our family is adopted. So, but unfortunately, I'm the only brown one. So,
Whatever,
but
brown people
yeah.
are
So,
amazing.
mhm. So they just couldn't have kids, and so my parents wanted kids, and so they tried adopting from all sorts of areas. And then I just came along, and they were like, we want her, like, we don't, we'll do anything for her, So my parents didn't even know what I looked like. They didn't know what Polynesians were. So when I got off the plane, my mom was like crying, and my dad and my uncle was crying because he was there too. But everybody was just like so happy that I was there. So
No, I love it. So, growing up, since you said you are the only brown one, did people ever ask like weird questions to your parents or to you, like anything like she's different
so
or anything like that?
really so really the only questions I've gotten asked from people are, is it weird to have white parents? And I would tell them I don't know anything else than having white parents. Maybe if I was like, you know, 12, 13, it would be totally different. But I only knew of my parents, my adopted parents. So it never bothered me. Um, in high school, in junior high and high school, people thought that like me and my brother were like boyfriend and girlfriend. Ew, I know, so gross. But because he was like a white guy, and he was like tall and husky, and so everybody would be like, ew, is that your boyfriend? And I'd be like, gross, that's my ugly brother. But we were like 2 months apart, so we went to school together, we had classes together, we had the same um friends. So we're always together, so everybody would be like, are they dating? But ew, gross, no. So
You kill me. I just love you. Um, so how is it being adopted with all siblings that are adopted? Because for me it's a little bit different. I'm the only one that's adopted in my family, but how is it having that bond per se with your brother and your sister?
I would say like the bond is like great. you know. It's just nothing different. You just grow up knowing that, you know, you have a brother, you know, that's adopted. But our whole life, we grew up knowing that we were adopted. And then I know so my mom and dad are LDS, and my mom would work um, at the temple, the Jordan, South Jordan Temple. And she did it for years. And it was like the Polynesian Steak Center, or for the steak, you know, for the Polynesian steak. And one day out of the blue, my mom was just like, "You guys are like the neatest people. We adopted a girl 18 years from Nuku'alofa Tonga." And the lady was like, was her name Lucina Tuiaki? And my mom's like, "Yeah." And she's like, my sister was the one who put her up for adoption. So that's how I got to know my Polynesian side. So my grandma had, I think, 22 or 23 kids. And so I had a lot of like family here. So that's how I was reunited with my family. Like I remember my mom, you know, coming home, because I never really sought out my parents. I was just kind of, because I was just like, I guess, content, like these were my parents, and you know, that's all I need to know. But when my mom told me that, when she came home, she told me that, and she's like, "I got their number and I gave them your dad's work number, but you don't have to call them if you don't want to. um it's on your terms, you know." And at first I was just like, I don't really want to call him, because, you know, I'm like happy where I'm at, you know, like, I don't know, it was just different, you know. So mom was like, "You don't have to call them, you know, it's totally up to you." But finally I came around and I called them, and it was like that week after, like I met like so many relatives, and I was like so happy, because I was like, there's other Polynesians just like me, you know. So I was so happy to reunite with them, and to this day I still talk to them and see them. So I mean, it's just, yeah, it's been cool.
Wonderful. So have you, I don't know if I know this, have you met your birth mom or just family members?
Family members.
Okay. Is there any, have you ever had any connection or not care to, or?
No, like, I mean, I've seen her very like she came. So my grandpa, my Polynesian grandpa, passed away, and so she came up, and I did meet her, but it was very like kind of, it was awkward. I felt awkward, you know, because, you know, there is a reason why they put me up for adoption. So then I asked my uncle, because my mom could only speak Polynesian, Tongan. And so he basically asked my mom, and she said that I was the only daughter and I was the last one that she could have. And so she wanted me to have a better life here in America. So that's why I'm here.
But I love that. Like, I love that she wanted that for you. And that's amazing. And I know not every, story is kind of like how mine is when you meet birth family and everything. Cause I mean, it's been good to interview different people who are and have found and have had different experiences with it, because everything's different.
Right.
What was I going to ask? Oh, there was something that you said that I was going to ask. I totally forgot. I'm trying to think. You were talking about. Oh my Atlanta. Oh, what did your parents per se about like you guys being adopted? Like your mom and dad? Like, did they like about your birth parents, or like how you came to be in their family? What were some things they told you guys growing up?
Just that well, you know what? It's weird that you asked that question, because just growing up, we always knew we were adopted, you know, and it was just nothing really, you know, so we were adopted and you're my parents now, you know, like there wasn't really talk about, you know, why I was put up, you know, like they didn't really know, and I just didn't really ask, I guess. And I just, because I was just so young, I grew up, you know, with my parents, you know, and like pictures, you know, like my sister, who's like taller than I am, and she has like, you know, fair skin and red hair, and then there's me, you know. So but it was just like a normal kind of thing in pictures and stuff. I don't know. So
No, and I feel that way, like even not being adopted. You know how many blended families there are out there that, you know, parents who divorce and then remarry and then you're all integrated with these different siblings. So I mean, I'm with you. Like
Hmm.
blood does not make you family. That's like the biggest thing that I've learned throughout all of this. And it's just,
Yes.
you know, it's amazing
Uh-huh.
and it's just and it's wonderful. And I get it. And, you know, for I mean, I love that it's never been any different for you and your mom and dad are your
Yeah.
mom and dad and your siblings are your siblings because I mean that's family. You know what I mean? That's just how
Well,
family is.
like growing up, so my mom had um 8 brothers and sisters. No, 9 brothers and sisters. And so we were really tight with them because they lived in Bountiful. So we were really tight with them, and we don't. So they were my aunts and uncles. But my aunts were like pretty, just like over the top, like cheerleaders, piano, violinists. I mean, just everything you can think of, you know. So I mean, for a little while there, I would be like, man, I'm like, I feel totally out of place because, first off, I felt myself that I wasn't pretty to do cheer, to play the piano, to sing. I mean, they would do everything. My mom's sisters were like so good at everything. And then I was not like, this tall, skinny white girl, I was this like short, voluptuous woman, but so I did, in my teen years, I'd always wonder, like, man, I wish like so bad I could, look like them and be like them. And, you know, um, but that's probably the only thing that I ever like really regretted growing up, that I was different from everybody else because I wasn't um like them, you
Girl,
know.
I think every girl as a teenager goes through that and you
Hmm.
embrace the hell out of that voluptuousness. Like, don't even. You're beautiful, you're amazing. You should know that with everything I stand for.
Yes,
Love the
yes.
hell out of yourself because you're beautiful and amazing. Don't be those tall, skinny girls, girlfriend.
I
And you
know.
beautiful.
I know. Well, thank you.
No, you are seriously. And you like what about you too is like your I don't know, soul, your heart. Mila, you have one of the biggest hearts I know. I mean, hello, my kids
Oh,
adore you. Like Mia just
I know.
loves the heck out of you. So, and to me, that is what makes you beautiful. And you're just beautiful. Like you just have the biggest heart. So, like, seriously, you're amazing.
Oh,
You're
thank
wonderful.
you.
Don't doubt yourself for a second. I'll
I
come over
won't.
there and smack you.
I don't anymore. I'm old, married, and I'm good to go.
Good, 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 good. I love it. So, what advice would you give anybody that like is adopted or looking to adopt? What advice would you give somebody there?
Me and Ben have actually thought about adopting. It's a lot of money. Um, I would just say, just love them. Like, if you are feeling like you want to adopt, just adopt. So many kids out there need a loving home. And it's sad that some of us, would want kid like we tried for like 6 years, fertility, everything and nothing. So knowing that I was adopted, like, we thought about adopting, like, just do it. Like, there's so many people out there that just need love from family. So
No, I love it. And I don't know if you know, but my mission with doing this, and if it's going to take 10 years or 20 years, I don't care. My mission in doing this is I would love to open a nonprofit adoption agency. That is my
yes.
goal. I want to do that because I know how it's blessed your life. I know how it's blessed my life and all the walks of life, especially talking to these birth moms that I've talked to, because I've talked to a couple of birth moms. It just needs to be done because everybody is on the same page where it's too much freaking damn money to do
It
this. And
is
I
so
get
much
there's
money.
legal fees and all this other kind of crap that goes into it with lawyers, but I'm like, let's just bring people together
Yeah.
and call it good. You know what I mean? It's just
Well, and
crazy.
it's funny too, because like, when we were looking into adoption, there's just so much stuff you have to do, like so much. And it's like, why don't you just give me the infant baby and I will show you how good of a parent we can be, you know? Like with all this money that you want us to spend and, having people come and look at your home and check out your background, but yet all these little teenage girls are just having babies left and right, and those need family, you know?
And that's got to be hard for somebody who struggles with infertility. I can't even
Mhm.
imagine. Like, I can't even imagine. So yeah. Anything else that you want to share? I think it's wonderful that you and Ben are considering adoption. I will totally vouch for you. I love
Yeah,
you.
we've thought about it, but it's just so much money. We even we looked at like if you adopt somebody in China, you have to have at least $10,000 in your account. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I mean, just like different things like that, and it's just like, why is it so hard? Just give us a child and we'll watch. You can have somebody come to our house every day to make sure, so.
Yeah, no, for sure. And that's my whole mission with this. Like, I seriously want to do it so I can bless lives. And if I could do it now, dude, I would totally bring you a baby. I'll keep my ears open for people.
I'm waiting.
I know there's different ways that, it can be done through an agency, but I also know that there's private stuff. So
yeah,
I'll be praying for you because you guys are some of the most deserving people. I just love you. I know my husband just loves you guys.
Oh.
So, like, seriously, I just love you guys. I think you guys are good people and you more than deserve it. And I have nothing but mad respect for you, Mila.
Well,
and I hope
thank
you know how much I love you.
Thank you.
And I think you're amazing and you've got
well, you are too.
You're too sweet. So thank you for seriously taking some time out of your day to do this for me. Like, I just love it. And every time I talk to somebody, I learn something new. So seriously, thank you for teaching me.
You're welcome.
And I love doing this. So seriously. And if you guys have any questions for Mila, drop them in the comments.
Yeah.
And I'll tag her and make sure, or if you have any advice for her. I know there's fellow adoptive moms out there. Hit her up. Let her know things that can be done and help you.
I'll fly anywhere around the world. You just let me know where I need to go.
Will, as long as COVID doesn't stop her.
Yes.
So. Anyway, seriously, thank you so much, Mila.
You're welcome.